Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we'll be learning your second chapter, Thank You Ma'am. The name of the chapter is Thank You Ma'am, written by Langston Hughes, an American poet and a writer of short stories. It's a very interesting story, very sweet story about a little boy who tried to snatch the purse of an old lady, and unfortunately he was caught. And then the old lady, took him to her house, and then the boy was very afraid. He was frightened. He thought that he would be sent into a jail where he would suffer a lot of things. However, the story develops in a different way, and we will learn that in our story. The writer's name is Langston Hughes. He's a black writer and a short story writer. He has written very, beautiful poems and stories. This one is one of his best stories about how our circumstances force us to do things which are not wanted by other people, which is not good for us. And let's see, if my purse that's in my back pocket or anything which contains money in me is robbed or is snatched by some person on the way, unknown person, and then I caught him, what will I do? Naturally I would tend to take him to the jail or beat up him there and there. So these are the things which are very natural, which comes natural to us. We don't want our money to be robbed, we don't want us to be cheated. However, there are people who are different in their perspective of the life, whose attitudes and whose outlooks are different, and they treat those people in a different manner. So here we have a character by the name of Rosa, which is the little boy, and we have another character by the old lady. So all this entire story will revolve between these two characters only, and it will give you a very meaningful lesson, a kind of moral lesson to the young children who are deprived of their rights and who are unfortunate, and they are not people who are rich. Because of that, these have-nots, what they do, they try to get their belongings, they try to get what they want in their life by robbing or by stealing or by snatching other things. In short, what I'm going to say is this will be a very, very interesting story, and it can be applied to the boys and the girls of your age. I mean, people who are very young and who don't understand what is right and what is wrong. So Langston Hughes has written a very nice and beautiful story, which will be, very interesting to read about and go through. When we go through it, we will be, captivated by the characters which he has created out of a little boy and a lady. And the little boy is picturized as a poor orphan boy who doesn't have anyone at home and who doesn't have anyone to support him. So this kind of feelings of pathos and other things which Langston Hughes picturizes and Langston Hughes expresses in his stories are very interesting. So let us look at me. Let us see how the story builds up, how the story goes, and then how the story ends in a very meaningful sense. So let us learn the story. Adurdi akoi wari se tamnanaba makha tamnanaba tausi sarna horen lai wari se mathang paraga line by line parakanda words ki meaning pirakanda adagi words to the low level meaning do karino haidana ko interpretation do torakanda, we will be good enough to understand the whole story in a very simple and easy way. Yani ko adudi se akoi wari tamnaba mong tausi. Adudi yengse ko akoi gi wari se karino hodik sarna habado thank you ma'am habani ko yengse Magi wari se thank you ma'am sumaina ko double a ibasu yai akoina saista ma'am haina magi sound se lagna ba thank you ma'am ko sigi wari sini ritam doi se by kanani ibno Langston si Hughes haina pagani ko aduga he was born in Missouri state ko America gi Missouri, America. Okay. Let us see. I couldn't have good what he said. Langston Hughes ni iba ko. Langston Hughes ekada ito po Missouri, America da. Aduga hariba nupa sina man iramibo se akoigi usually poems and stories, short stories hay tare ko. Adu hariba man iramba wari singsigi manungda ekona thank you ma'am kanagumba amada ma'am hina address tawraga thank you haiba poto ni. Ko aduna ngasai ni sarna background pire angang macha ama khangna ko kanagumba nupi ama khaktagi ahan oiraba nupi ama khaktagi mana yanjari bu bag to laga chen ge tawbuni laga chen ge tawbu matamda raibak thibadigi angang macha se nupi du na phabani adugi batung tarakpa kramai na torakpa wari no habdu ne khone tamdoi se aduna Look at your books, boys and girls, and see. Let us try to find out what are the interesting events in this story and what exactly the writer wants us to tell through this story. Aduna, thank you, ma'am. Introduction the yengsi. Suppose someone tries to pick your pocket and you have got him in the act. Suppose kanagumba mana ko. Suppose ko koi khallo wakal da khallo. Just assume someone tries to pick your pocket. Kanagumba nangi kano se purse se natraga pocket yauri ba paisa nung sa koi wallet nung lesse koi pick pocket to wai dana ko koi gi pick out sa put it out chap pagai do. The mind tawring khalagadi and you have got him in the act. The mind tawring gai do that. Satpagi jingbagi act tawring gai do the hariba thogdo wadu da tang pham madu da nang na ma se phare ba. What will you do with him? What will you do with him? Nang mangon da kaidawni Pugadra, Zaigadra, Habana Chingbuduni, options, Mamam Piri, give him a good beating, Mapazam Puni Habani, Pugadra, hand him over to the police, Nang police the Mabu Sinagadra, beat him and hand over to the police, Pure, Pubulakadang police Sinagadra, allow him to go with advice not to do such thing in the future. Tungdalakadamatam, the future da, Taudanaba, Angonda, Iranjana, advice on by Spiraga, Komabu Tadok Pigadra, Habana Chingba. So these are the options which are given to you, and it is up to you what you think is good for you, best for the other guy perhaps. Nang tawdam tabukto kaino phugadra chaigadra police sinagadra purga police sinagadra pautak pira khora thadokadra khokadra habani. That is the question that you have to answer yourself. Adu yangasi aikoina number B damuk, why do you think people try to pickpocket or steal? Aikoigi mi jingina mi gi pocket chaptana digi frikau digi pisa satokna khotana huba lakba khotba tawriba se kari gi tawriba no ko pocket digi pisa lawdana bo honari se mingon digi pocket chap pai tar frikau chap prat still lona lawba huba hai tare pot huran ba asugum ba se kari gi no ba mi jingina tawri se they are men of bad character lamchat phajadabagi lamchat naidabadagi they do not want to work thabai ngang soning dabadagi circumstances have compelled them magi phibam duna magi yadadana compel torok forcefully mango tawhan or natragana there are not enough policemen natragana taibang sida akogi lamdam sida society sing sida akogi one top policeman lebra policeman what bra adusu nangi wakal da khallo ko. Now let us come to our story. Read about a woman whose purse was snatched by a boy and find out what she did. Akoi nupi magi maram da pasi ko about a woman whose purse was snatched magi purse to lakhiba pairaga lakpa chingba munba adubu snatch to bokawe by a boy anga makhangna and find out aduga yengasi what she did mana ka ki doge do magi persila akanda mana angang sita ki doge do yengsi ko adu description je nupi si oni tawre she was a large woman with a large purse hariba nupi se large woman masa mawu chawba with a large purse ka se magi bag ka se achau yan ba habani ko that had everything large purse that had everything loinamak yawba hariba du punamak si yawba in it magi manung sita bag sigi manung ita but hammer and nails aduga nungthanga yopi ga di yawdaba habadi writers in express story se my bag today loinamak hek yawi my bag sta yawdaba amata leite punamak yawi adubu nungthanga yopi ga di yawde the arthadi kaino harakanda yawba yaba loi yawre adu nungthanga yopi ga di bag tadi hamna de ko anu ma haje yawdaba amata leire haini leitre haini everything is contained in her bag habadi loinamak yawi darkar gi pot gi adu gi ada gi haribni. It had a long strap. My mari strap by the mari do nikong. Saigi ako na bag harakanda mana nga saigi kano sina nupi sina yali bunina. Ko suppose ako na mi amagi figures sumana leire na khalo ko sumana leibe sida. Ada mana bag se yali buni do yali ba sigi bag sigi mari se yamna sang ba habani da yamna sang ba ko. Let's say yam sang ba habani. Sumana mari asang ba amada. Magi strap se yam sangi and she carried it slung across her shoulder songi soldier ga slung dorgus mana yam na sang na yan ba habni ko hari pot se mana bag se yam na sang na slung sumana pai na sumana so na kan gi somda yale habe gi wane. It was about 11 o'clock at night numidangi pung 13 tarak patudani numit mayum sangkre mamme aduga pung 13 tarak pagi timing adwai dani. And she was walking alone. Aduga ma laibado ma se mathanda hariba nupi se lakliba nupi se ma se mathanda lakpa haitare mana laiba se ma se mathanda ni lai se ko mathanda laibani mathanda lakpa mi ni nungdang sita pung 13 pung tarak pasida. When a boy ran up behind her, haribaduda angang amana magi matunglomdagi chengkhalai, ran up behind her magi matunglomdagi chengkhalai and tried to snatch the purse. Aduga magi sigi mana yaliba bag se lakadagi taw happening. The strap broke with a single tug. The boy gave it. The strap broke habadi magi mari se tatle happening. Kada bud tatle with a single tug. Amuk tang ching budo gak ena ching budo tak kawe ko na yaw sing tak ok war ka ni do thori ga par ching nei do ko do gak long ching budo tat le kada na ching buda the boy gap angang duna karida it have the back to the angang duna tang ching buda magi back set tat le from behind tunglom dagi ran up behind her habani magi matulom da chela ga tap long par ga gak long ching bune ching bu se single tak ne mutung tak long ching bu ba sida hai ba magi back ase tat le haba ko adubu but the boy is wet angang dugi masagi arumbam laigani magi masagi wet tune and the weight of the purse masigi bags the poto yam yaw buding sa mayam yakshan gibani na masigi bag asigi wet asiga angang asigi wet asiga na kedore harakanda combine punsal lakanda weight of the boy along with the boy of the purse weight of the purse aduna combine to rakanda de kedore caused him to lose his balance. Caused him to lose his balance masagi balance angang dugi balance ma leja kada bado back to gi weight adune angang dugi weight aduni punchal le harakanda angang si se balance mange aduna instead of taking off full blast habadi taking off hadi chain giba take off ko full blast yam yang na hakta thuna yang na chain gado bodo adugi mahutta kedore harakanda as he had hoped angang duna khaluba dumaina instead of taking off full blast as he had hoped mana khalambana ai phatlong laga kana chen ki ge na magi hope ama lerambane he had hoped that ko tawbudabu adugi mahutta mana hope tawrubudugi mahutta full blast chen ki ge habidugi mahutta mana balance to manga mane kadore the boy fell on his back on the sidewalk lambi gi nakan aduda akoina footpath ka hina bado ko akoina madugi mathak aduda angang ase kadore fail on his back ma long na tare nangana tare habani and his legs flew up habani dudi ma nangana tarabani na magi masa se tu khrakanda magi makhong se ko magi makhong se sumai tarakanda long na taraga angang se makhong se ko sumaina leiriba sigi figure sida ko se angang se makhong se flang hadi sumana long na taraga makhong dang long na langkhale habigi wanida aduna angang sigi arumbadune ngasai gi purse adugi weight adune combine tarakanda pullakanda angang se he lost his balance to mana manga bani na ma balance to later bani na what happened he fell on his back magi nanganda ma se long na tabas ta kedori magi makhong sing se flew up makhong ni se long na haigal e haidare asumai dog ba sida kedori